Well, hello fellow adventurers. Welcome back to Living the Grand Adventure. Kevin, I'm here with Alex. We're at East Fork State Park here in Ohio. They have a short little backpacking trail. It's about 6 miles in, 6 miles out. So that's what we're going to be doing over the next 3 days. We initially had thought about going to Tar Hollow and decided not to do that because we checked some trail conditions, updated trail conditions, and it looked like that they had been logging the south loop of Tar Hollow, and we kind of just decided not to go over there because they were talking about the trail is very rough now and that they've kind of had to reroute it. It's not well marked. So we kind of just, we have a trip this weekend as well, and we kind of debated and we decided just to come out here to do this. Basically just to get another trail under our belt, do a little bit of exercise, a little bit of conditioning, but also we really didn't want anything extremely strenuous. There was one gentleman that I saw talking about the trail conditions. He was there about 3 weeks ago and was actually mentioning that it was pretty rough, that some of the inclines where they had bulldozed actually were like 60 degrees, 45, 60 degrees, that, you know, you were knees to chin, and we didn't really want to do a trail like that this particular time. So we're gonna go try this trail out. There are multiple backpacking sites. The backpacking loop that we're doing actually has 2 sites. We're staying at site 2 tonight, which is the furthest. It's about a 5.5, 6 mile hike. And then we're going to hike back to site 1. It's about 3.5 miles there tomorrow. And then we'll have about 1.5 miles, 2 miles out. Now the good thing is this is actually less than a 2-hour drive for us as well. It took us about 1 hour and 45 minutes to get down here. So much shorter. It's a nice day. Comfortable weather. Blue skies for the most part. It's somewhat cloudy, but not too bad. There was a little bit of a fog this morning, but that's lifted. It's nice and warm, probably in the upper 70s, low 80s. So not too bad. We shouldn't be overheated on this trail because I think it's actually supposed to be cooler tomorrow than it is today, but they are calling for about a 30% chance of thunderstorms tomorrow as well. So we may actually get a little bit of rain. And I don't think I'd want to go swimming in that, guys. Hey Lexi, did you realize this is a lake? Or a pond? Don't think I'd swim in that, do you? I don't even think I'd filter out of that. That's very, 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 well, I mean, it's a marsh, I mean, is what it technically is. Dang. That's interesting.
I thought it was ground.
Alright, so we left the car actually up there at the office because it's lit up. You can park here at the trailhead as well, but we didn't mind the extra 200 feet, so this is where we're heading. There's actually a number of people up here. She said that site 1 and 2 were open, so okay guys, we're over here at the trailhead, heading in now. Coming up to it, there are 2 different areas, 2 entrances. One is the perimeter loop, like I was telling you about. That's on the left. On the right is the loop, the backpacking loop that we're taking. And we're heading in now. Little makeshift walkway right through here. That's not very level. Okay, now that gets level. But yeah, typical little forested area. Alright, looks like we got about 6 miles or so, 5.5, 6 miles. Gonna try to bang this out. It's about 12:15. I'm hoping to be sight by 4:30 at the latest. But we also will stop and have lunch. Of course, we have a tuna and our cheese again. That seems to carry us through the day. But yeah, we've got that, so we'll stop probably in a couple hours, maybe even an hour, because you know it is afternoon already. Just whenever we feel like it, that we're a little calorie low. Had breakfast at the house before we left. Had eggs, cheese.
I had a honey bun.
Lexi ate a honey bun with hers. So it's kind of good. Just a little bit of mud right through there. I'm hoping that we don't face a lot of mud on this trail. I did read that in the wet seasons it is muddy, but we're hoping that's not something we're gonna have to deal with. But yeah, it looks kind of cool. I'm hoping we get some views of the lake and be able to see some of that too. That'll be kind of neat. So we've come down a series of switchbacks heading down into this valley here. Little creek right here that we're going to, I would assume, probably cross eventually. Come from up there, and like I said, just a series of switchbacks. It's been about 5 of them, so it's been pretty easy going so far, guys. I know All Trails rates this as moderate, but so far I'm thinking it's not been too bad. Of course, we haven't hit any ups. You know, when you go down, you have to go up, so that could be a telling sign. Yeah, it's the dry season. That creek's pretty low right now. Still pretty area though. Probably in March, April, May, this would all be kind of rushing water. Be kind of neat. Yeah, looks like we're going to come down and go across right over here. But there's not really any water to cross, so we'll have to filter as we get closer to sight, Alex.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it right now.
Keep walking into spiderwebs, man. It's like eating history.
That's like when I did Trend Creek. I felt like I was being cocooned.
Oh.
Go that way.
Well, I forgot where we were going before I fell over.
It's kind of cool. And it looks like we're going to start going up. So now we may talk about moderate. We'll see how this looks like. If it's a series of switchbacks like that back over there, that wasn't bad. I don't think it'd be bad to go out of. So, of course, we'll find out, because this is kind of a semi in and out. There is a loop at the end of the trail, but then to come, you have to hike back the same trail to come out. So, yeah, starting up this here. Not bad at all though. Not even using my trekking poles right now. There were a series of muddy spots back when we first come in, but they were all bridged over. So, very well maintained trail so far. Very, very nice. Haven't seen any fallen trees across it yet. And we are about a mile in already. So, looks like it might be a good day, guys. Let's hope. Cross your fingers. Yeah, switchback. Well, we've done a series of switchbacks back up, and we're still in the forest, but we did catch a glimpse of the lake about 100 feet back there through the trees. Wouldn't have been anything that I could have videoed because it was way off in the distance still. Well, not really that far, but it was in the trees. The camera probably wouldn't have picked it up very well. But like I said, it's typical woods for here in Ohio. But we're having fun so far. Trails conditions are awesome. We haven't seen any mud. We've only had one tree we had to go under. Nothing laying across it. Very well maintained. Not extremely marked. There are occasionally faded blazes on the trees, but if you can't tell, the trail is pretty evident. Maybe in the fall, when the leaves have fallen on it, it may be a little bit harder to follow, but I really don't think it'd be that difficult. It's pretty evident where the trail's at. See, I mean, and like, so there's a blaze there, but that one's a blue one. We're actually on the red trail, but there's no red blaze there. A lot of times they have a number of them because some of these overlap. So yeah, you see the blue blaze but no other blazes. I went ahead and checked all trails. We're on the right path. So
Red, yellow, and blue.
where?
Right there.
Oh yeah, okay. Here we're coming up to a small tree that's blazed red, yellow, and blue, because these all have kind of merged. I believe that's the mountain bike trail, the backpack trail that we're on. Let's see, and the perimeter trail, which I actually noticed when we were at the trailhead. It had it listed what it was. It's the Stephen Newman Trail, and it's the perimeter trail around this lake. So the East Fork Lake. It actually has a different name, but that's what people call it. I'll look that up, throw it up on the screen for you guys what the official name of the lake is. So, I mean, it's a pretty forest. I'm digging it. Definitely nowhere near as overgrown as Vesuvius was that we went to over the weekend. I mean, if I had to, I could pull up right here and make a site for us, because definitely nowhere near as much undergrowth. Reminds me of sections of Red River Gorge a little bit because of that. Of course, not as pretty, but that's okay. Not every trail can be like that. If you've never been backpacking and you're in decent shape, especially if like you're a jogger or a biker, you know, anything like that, where you use more cardiovascular, if you want a backpacking trip to make you fall in love with backpacking, just take a couple nights down Red River Gorge. Even pick some of the easier trails. That whole area is awesome. Of course, you saw the video. But this is kind of cool for a little bit closer to home. Like I said, less than 2 hours. And it still keeps you on the western side of Ohio. Literally, East Fork State Park is roughly, I'd say maybe a half an hour from Cincinnati, to the east, northeast of Cincinnati. So it's one of the few places in the area that you can backpack and camp. So, but we're slowly finding these little spots like this. Oh yeah, I don't know if it'll come through, guys, but there's the lake. Actually, that may be a stream that leads into it, but or it could be the very edge of the lake. So we're coming down next to the lake, guys. It's kind of pretty down through there. Trail circles back this way a little bit, back into the woods.
That's where the blue trail goes. We should be going this way.
You sure?
Yeah. Because we split off from the blue one. We followed with the red and yellow the rest of the way.
All right, yeah.
For a little bit at least.
So the blue trail goes on out that way. We're heading down this little embankment here. This is probably a creek. Well, it's a dried up creek bed. It'd be wet in the spring, like I've been saying, but it's dry right now. Ooh. Haven't seen anybody on the trail since we started. With it being Wednesday, there's a good chance we won't see anybody. Probably have the woods to ourselves most of the time we're here. Wednesday night, Thursday night. Might start seeing some people on Friday if somebody's got a longer weekend. This is a nice little area, guys. Trail comes from over there, swings around, has this like little kind of come out into the lake somewhat. It's really pretty right through here, guys. Really digging the lake.
Dude, you can see it so clear from where I'm at.
I know, it's awesome all the way through here. Sky's turning off kind of blue, Lexi. It's kind of cool.
Oh, it's so pretty.
So we've decided to stop for lunch here. It's about 2:30, so we've been on trail just over 2 hours. And we got to looking at the map. What we thought was about a 6.5 mile hike is probably going to be closer to 8 miles. So we're going to be a little bit later into camp than what we were planning. But that's okay. We kind of wanted to do 8 miles today, but we started later because we were on plan doing 6. So here we are. Once again, just trying to get through the trail, going to enjoy it. It's been pretty nice so far. Basically, the trail is just over this hill here behind me. I did happen, as we were walking along, look up and I saw the very top of this pavilion. And I said, I wonder if there's water or something up there because, like I said, I mean, we haven't been near the lake. All the streams have been dry where it is mid-August. So we were kind of getting a little worried about water situation and looked up here and I saw this. I said, well, maybe there's water up there. We can sit down and have lunch up there because we were getting ready to do that anyway, wherever we were. And we hiked up the little hill to get to this pavilion, and right across the way there is a bathroom, and it does have faucets. So I was able to get us a little bit of water over there. So we kind of got, I've got about 3.5 liters. Lexi has, what, 2 liters load total now?
Yeah.
So we're going to kind of get some electrolytes down our system, refill the water bottles, and head out. Make sure both of us have about 2 liters at least. According to the map, a little bit further down there is another couple of water sources, so we should be able to get water later on. So I'm not really stressing it right now. As long as we can locate those water sources, we'll be in good shape. But we're going to eat lunch. Lexi's already started in on her tuna. Got tuna and cheese sticks and probably a little bit of trail mix. Get some energy. Going to drink a liter of electrolytes. Should be feeling pretty good then, guys. So this is the area that we kind of stopped at and I've had lunch. It's just a pavilion with some grills back here in the back, of course. It's a nice little area though. Typical state park fare. Bathhouse is right there. Little bathrooms right over there. And yeah, Lexi walked over to use it. She's on her way back. On her phone. We got a little bit of signal here. Actually, we've had signal most of the park, so that's kind of cool. But nice little place to stop and rest and get a little bite to eat, get rehydrated, kick the shoes off for a minute. But we're about to get back on trail here and head on back. Got about 4 miles to our site. Well, guys, we got done with lunch. Got back up on trail. Took us about a 30-minute lunch. A little bit longer than what we wanted, but did have a little walk over to that bathroom. So, got some electrolytes, got some food in us, some calorie intake, so we feel a little bit better. And we get back on trail. Definitely, if you guys would come out here to East Fork State Park and do this backpacking trail, I recommend having a good map, which we have an okay map. It's not great. Ooh, what's on the back of my neck? Ooh, what is that?
There's something on the back of your neck.
There was. Yeah, right there, guys. Butterfly. See it?
No.
Right here.
Dang. You see it, dude? He just chilled.
But if you would come out here to East Fork State Park, like I said, I recommend having a good map. We have the park map they gave us. It's okay. It's serving its purpose, but I would recommend a better map. And I would definitely recommend GPS and also a good compass, because we have actually gotten off trail 2 or 3 times. We did that actually as soon as we got done with lunch. We come off trail, come down and actually went the wrong direction. Had a nice little incline to get back up to the trail. This is all damaged right here. Sorry. It's kind of crazy. Looks like it got washed out. Probably in a storm back in the spring or something. And they haven't come back out and fixed it. Probably hadn't had a chance yet. But I would assume, you know, it had a watershed this past spring, maybe during a storm or something, and it washed it out. But yeah, anyway, as I was saying, as far as the map, we have gotten off trail a couple times. In fact, part of the trail that we've hiked today, we added about a half a mile to our hike. We did go completely off trail, and by the time we figured it out, we were already, you know, a good distance in. And I got to looking at the map on all trails and noticed that it just kind of joins back up with this trail anyway. So we just went ahead and hiked it. I don't regret it because it actually ended up being some very scenic area. But yeah, we're on here doing a little bit up and down, up and down. We're going to try to make our way over here to our site. I'm hoping to get there early enough we can get firewood so we can have a fire tonight, guys. We hiked in, got over to the division for site 1, still hadn't found any water. So we knew that the trail crossed this road here, and if there was a bathroom up here, we saw it on the map, some water. So we just decided to do that. Added about a quarter mile to the hike. Not really that bad. Didn't have to road walk either. We were able to stay over here in the grass. So that kind of helps. But we had thought about staying at site 2, but we are pressed for time on Friday. It actually is a 5-mile hike into site 1, and we didn't know that. According to All Trails, it doesn't show that far. Whoever recorded the map I downloaded, their GPS may not have worked. I really don't know. They showed 3.1 miles. And it also showed that the site 2 backpacking site was 6.1. And we've kind of calculated and looked at their map. It's probably about 8.1 miles. And because of time constraints on Friday, we do need to be home earlier in order to go up and camp at Indian Lake. We do have that trip planned this coming weekend. It's a family event, so can't be late for it. So we've decided we're going to stay at campsite 1 tonight, and we do have a couple options for tomorrow. We're either just going to head on home, which will be another 5-mile hike out. It's not a big deal. We'll have all day to do it. And 5 miles really wasn't that bad. I mean, we're at about 5 miles now, and we've only been on trail like 2.5 hours, so not really bad at all. But as we were hiking in, and this is something we're not sure if we're wanting to do or not, we did find a hiker-made site in a very, very nice area. You know, we were wanting to be here for 2 nights. We got bad information as far as how long the trail is. It literally says that the whole loop is 12.1 miles. And if it's 8.1 to site 2, and it's an in and out basically, it's 8.1 back out, so that's 16.2, guys. No. I mean, we've already been almost 6, well, like I said, we're at 5 miles, and we're just now at campsite 1. So, yeah, we know, it's just a lot farther than what we had planned. Physically, we could do it. It's just time constrained. Literally, we're just wanting to come in and do a relaxing hike, bang some miles out today, and then have a couple of shorter hikes over the next 2 days. And it's not what it's not what we're going to get to do unless we don't go to site 2. Which, I mean, hey, that's cool. Gives us something to come back and do, because so far I've liked the park. It's not bad. I wish the trail was closer to the lake. That's the only thing I've kind of complained about. The only time that we actually got close to the lake was when we were off trail. So, I mean, that's our 2 options. So we're either going to go home tomorrow, or we're going to do that extra site. I haven't decided which. I may talk to my wife and see what she thinks. Because that site's really nice. I mean, there's a pile of firewood already laying there. It has a spectacular view. The fire ring is in the middle of a sand area. There's nothing that's going to catch fire. It's a really developed fire ring. And to be honest, it looked like it got used last weekend. I mean, it's been used a number of times. So we're debating. We'll figure it out. Anyway, we're going to get back up here. I think the trail Goes back into the woods right up here on the right. All right, guys, so we're back here. Still on the red trail, but we have come to the division. If you notice, like I said, it says Camp 2 is 4 miles from here. And we've already been almost 5, well, probably over 5 now, but I mean, when we first got here, we'd been at 4.4 miles. So, I mean, that's 8.4 miles in a day we weren't planning to do. Started a lot later to do that, so we're heading to campsite 1, half a mile. It's gonna be up here across this road, guys. Looking forward to getting over here, getting the pack off, getting that tent up, getting ourselves established at the site, and definitely be early enough where we can get some firewood and enjoy the night. Horses prohibited on this trail, guys. All right, heading up. Got a road crossing here. Now, technically, if we took a right here, we could actually get back to the car in about 1.25 miles down that road. But we're not doing that right now. That's also another option that we may actually consider doing tomorrow, just to knock off some trail time. Oh, this is wonderful. Walk in, it's muddy. First time we've seen mud today, guys.
I mean, we've seen a couple puddles, but not mud.
Not like that. Is that a frog?
I think so.
Yeah, this is vehicle traffic right there. That's why it's so muddy right there. Oh, wide open. Look at this. Wide open forest, guys. This is kind of neat. We're at site 1, getting ready to enter it right now. Let you guys take a look here. It's definitely a pretty area. I mean, it's wide open. It's not overgrown at all. This is what we're seeing as we come in here. Oh yeah, there's a picnic table. I would say this is the latrine. Maybe.
Huh. Yeah, and there's a gigantic spider.
Yeah, we might be skipping that. Lexi, there's water.
Huh?
There's water.
Oh, that. We didn't even need to get this.
Nope.
Oh, I guess just super awesome.
Alright, so looks like you got a little shelter here, which, like I said, we're not going to be using.
I don't know, man. We can put it there.
No, it's okay. You got a fire ring and a picnic table. Just got to determine where we're going to set our tent up. Because right here is the established fire ring, and that's the picnic table. Might be something over in here that might be hiker made. I kind of noticed something over here. So let's walk this way and see what we've got in the woods a little bit. And unfortunately, there is water right there. There's like a little pond and it has a little stream going into it. We could have filtered water. We didn't really even have to go and get that water and me carry the 4 liters I've got on my back, but I am not complaining. I did not want to risk not having water. This would be a nice little area if there was something established. I'm kind of hoping maybe these logs laying here. Oh, there is right there. I think we're gonna set up right in here, Lex. What do you think? Find us some firewood. We can build a fire right here in this ring. Yeah. Nice flat spot. We could probably clear a spot right over here for our tent. We got a couple of logs we can make do, set up for seats. I'm definitely not worried about a fire. There's hardly anything on the ground. We'll kind of clear some of that out, but so we come back over to where the main site is, because I like the idea of having the picnic table. I mean, if it's here, we might as well use it, you know. There was a little spot over there, like I showed you, where there was a hiker-made fire area. It was okay, but it wasn't ideal. There is a fire ring right here that we can use to make a small fire, which is, you know, that's all we're going to need for the night anyway. And I think this area right through here, I'm going to kind of mush down some of the grass a little bit, and I think we're going to put our tent right there. Probably give us a little bit more cushion to sleep on, so I think that'll be awesome. And I kind of want to make use of the area, you know, use the picnic table. You know, we've got the shelter there, we can kind of just chill out. But we're going to go ahead and get everything set up, get our tent up, get our stuff in there, let the family know that we're here. I'm going to check in on Instagram, and then we're going to get all set up. Amazingly, we ate lunch it was about 3:15, so about an hour and a half ago, and I'm actually already starting to get hungry. And just so you can see, let me bring it up here. This is All Trails, and I've got it paused. Just trying to get it where there's no glare. 6.2 miles in 3 hours and 34 minutes. So we rocked it out. I mean, you know, you're talking just under 2 miles an hour. And I didn't pause it when we actually stopped to get water up there, so that actually was 15 minutes roughly. So really, trail time was about 3 hours 20 minutes, 6.2 miles, guys. Yeah, so we definitely moved it. This trail is a little bit easier now. Once you pass what they call Point C, it's not marked, but there's an area, if you ever come out here, that the map, you know, they'll have their own map, which might even show you that here in a minute. But once you cross that Point C, things did get a little bit harder. A lot more roots, more elevation gain up and down. So, but before that, that first 3 miles was easy. I mean, literally pretty much up until the time we had lunch was really easy. Well, guys, we're kind of set up, ready to go for the night, getting ready to do dinner. Tent set up like you saw. Processed up a ton of firewood over here. We probably got about 3-4 hours worth. Probably won't even use it all, but we've got it if we decide we want it. And I start talking, the plane flies through. Why not? But we have a nice little concoction I come up with tonight. Not very keto, but I just wanted something. It just sounded good. So basically what we've taken is the Idahoan potatoes. One of the small packs, cut it in half, did half of those. Has a little bit of a chicken gravy mix in it that we put down in there just to kind of give it a little bit more of a creamy texture and flavor. It has some stuffing, chicken stuffing that we're going to do, that's going to rehydrate in there. And I found it's like a vegetable soup type mix. You can either make like spinach and artichoke dip with it, or you know, make a soup with it, things like that. You know, an actual vegetable dip if you put it in sour cream. But it has some dehydrated vegetables and some seasoning. I added that to it. And then we actually do have, this is a little heavy to carry, 7 ounces of chicken breast. You know, almost a half a pound. But anyway, that's in water. Kind of like the canned chicken, but it's in the pouch. And we're going to split that in half and put down in there. It's basically a on the trail pot pie without the crust. That's what the stuffing's kind of for. So we're going to try this. This is something I kind of come up with the other day because I was wanting something different besides tacos and things like that, which we actually have that for tomorrow night if we decide to stay tomorrow night. But if we don't, that's cool. But if you know, I want something different. So I know the potatoes take about a cup of water. So I'm guesstimating 2 cups total will cover this. We're going to try it. We do have our cook pouches to drop it down into and rehydrate. We both kind of have the same thing. Lexi actually brought, my potatoes are the buttery flavored, and you got what, the garlic and herb?
Yeah.
She got garlic and herb. So we kind of, that's the only difference between the two. And an entire pouch of dressing, that pack of vegetables, the pack of gravy mix, and the 2 packs of potatoes made 4 meals. So we actually have 2 of these still at the house. And of course, you know, I mean, really you don't even have to have the chicken breast, but Jenny had this extra kind of laying around. She's like, well, why don't you take that and try that in there, you know, give us a little bit extra protein and meat. So yeah, altogether we should get quite a bit of protein out of this. Looks like probably about 20 grams of protein just in this alone between the, for each of us. So that's gonna be kind of cool. So we're gonna get this set up, get it cooking, and we'll let you know how it tastes, what we think about it, guys. So guys, this dinner that we made took about 2 cups of water, like I said, and man, it's phenomenal. And yeah, it makes a ton, but I'm probably gonna eat it all because I'm kind of hungry. It tastes a lot like a pot pie with a little bit more of a potatoey flavor, but it's really good. Definitely having the gravy mix in there kind of kicks it up a notch. It gives it that creamy texture and that flavor. Definitely recommend you guys try this. If anybody wants, just message me in the, give me a comment. I'll put the recipe up somewhere, either on my Facebook or I'll shoot it over on Instagram or put it in the description box on YouTube. Either way, I'll get it up for you guys if anybody wants it. But it's pretty simple to make. Took me about 5 minutes to set all this up at home, and then, like I said, literally it's just a dehydrated meal here on the trail. Like I said, you could skip the chicken if you didn't want to carry that extra weight. I just did because we knew this was going to be a shorter hike today. But it doesn't actually have to have that. You could probably get away with, if you wanted a little bit more chicken flavor, doing chicken bouillon cube, maybe one of those in it, and just mix it up and just keep it completely dehydrated and save that extra 7 ounces, which it's gonna be nice tomorrow not having it. I'm not gonna lie, but this is really good. Yeah. Alex asked me what my favorite meal on trail right now is. This would have to be number 2, and I would actually rank it close to 1 flavor wise. But the reason I like my dehydrated tacos is because I can keep those keto pretty decent. Keep it below 10 grams for the whole meal, versus I'm sure this has, I'm probably guesstimating 100 grams of carbs, guys, and definitely not keto, and I don't like doing that. But like I said, I just wanted something different. I wanted to try something new, and this is the first time I've been off keto probably in a month or 2 anyway. Last time I had anything,
Yeah.
I had a Dairy Queen, or not Dairy Queen, but a Wendy's Frosty.
This weekend?
This past weekend, and that was when we come off of Vesuvius. I went ahead and just did that to cool off. It was one of the smalls. So I know that wasn't keto, so I guess that would be the last time. But before that, it was probably a good month to 6 weeks before that I actually kind of broke the keto really hard. So we're breaking keto today, though. But, the thing is, we hiked 6.2 miles, and then we've probably put on another mile and a half looking for wood here. But anyway, we're going to enjoy dinner. We'll get back with you as we get a fire going and settle in for the night, guys. I made fire. Got a fire going, guys. Lexi's still relaxing doing her YouTube. We just about got everything squared away for the night, guys. Losing light here. It's about 10 after 8, so we got it going a little bit early. Figure we'll keep it kind of low. We don't need a big fire. Not trying to stay warm tonight. Just trying to enjoy some ambience and just enjoy the afternoon, the evening here. Yeah, the camera's picking it up a little bit better. It's not showing how dark it is. But it's getting there. It's been a great day. Great day of hiking, great day of getting us a really good dinner. Now we got a fire going. Can't ask for more from a day, guys. Oh yeah, chilling out right here beside the fire, sitting on my Thermarest sit pad. I'm happy. Well, guys, if you can't tell, it's about 20 to 9 now. It's gotten kind of dark. It's clouded up. We actually have experienced a little bit of sprinkle, and there was a 2-minute shower that came through, so we're hoping we don't have to deal with it. I checked AccuWeather. It does say that there could be a little shower that comes through in the next 10 minutes that'll last about 15 minutes and then it'll go away, but that actually is just a touch north of where we're at. It may actually kind of go past us to the north here. We're hoping for that. We'll see. Because it would really kind of stink, because I've got a pretty good fire going, guys. And this is the first chance I've had to do a decent fire this year, really. Except at Burr Oak, we did have a fire both those nights to cook on, but Noah actually started those. I didn't get to. This is the first one I built, I guess, this year.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, even when we were at Red River Gorge, we were too busy hiking. We'd get into sight real late. We were too tired to bother with a fire. Twin Creek and Germantown, you can't do fires. Vesuvius, we just basically day hiked that. So, yeah, pretty much everything, anywhere I've been, we haven't done a fire. So I finally got one going. I'm hoping I don't have to let it go out because of the rain, guys. That would stink. And I mean, it's a nice fire. I'm kind of happy with it. Started with the fire still and knife. It was kind of neat. Do it old bushcraft style. Haven't had a chance to do that in a while either. I think actually last time I did that would have been our Mohican trip last fall in late September, early October, I believe it was. But yeah, we're just trying to enjoy the fire now. And hopefully we won't see too much rain. I mean, if it does rain, I mean, it'd be kind of neat. We get to test the tent, but then again, I really don't want to because I like having the fire. We, finally got a fire going. Got my Black Diamond headset on with the colors. I think I showed you all that last time. Oh, that's the strobe. There's the red and the green, bright green, and normal light.
So bright.
Lexi's got a headlamp. We both have lanterns. She's got a little bit bigger one. I've got my lightweight one. This thing's awesome. I don't know if I've showed that to you either. That's actually the medium setting. That's low. That's high, which is extremely bright. And then there's a strobe, of course. Most lights have that nowadays. I think there's an SOS and just a standard strobe on that.
Mine's cool. It's a flashlight, and then it's a normal just lantern.
But yeah, I got that off Amazon for 18 bucks. I'll put a annotation up, a little note telling you what type that is. All this gear, eventually I'm going to do full reviews on. I just haven't had a chance. That's something I'm gunning towards. Sounds like a couple of frogs fighting. But I haven't had a chance to do that yet because, I've been working. I do have a day job. But I'm getting there. Like I said, we did get to do the tent. So I'm hoping to be able to do more gear reviews for you guys. Because I'd love to be able to cover, my headlamp, the lantern there. That's all forthcoming. Nothing else. I'll have a little bit more time in the winter where I probably won't be out quite as much. I do have some winter trips planned, but they're not going to be as numerous, of course, as the summer. And once it gets really deafening cold, especially like it did last year where it was negative 35 in Ohio, yeah, I probably won't be doing nothing in January and February. But then we'll get back into March and April and we'll get back out here and start doing it again, guys. But we're going to get a little bit more wood on this fire and hope for no rain. It is Ohio, though. Now, guys, believe it or not, it's 9:15 at night. And just happens, the way that cloud is broken up right there, that's the full moon shining behind it. And how bright it is. It's really, really awesome, guys. But yeah, to show you, it's pitch black, guys. And it's really cool the way that's coming through there with that full moon. I'm not even sure, I don't believe the video is actually going to do it justice, but it's definitely neat to see. Yeah, if I zoom in, it pixelates a little bit. Now the other clouds are really doing it. Just happens to be that one cloud bank right there. Really awesome, guys. Once again, Ohio weather, guys. They were calling for absolutely no rain at all today. We're even looking at the weather right now. It says 10% chance of rain. It's raining. So we're kind of pitched up right now inside this little shelter. The tent's right over there. Which actually, cool little feature.
It's reflective.
That's not, okay, there we go. Maybe it'll show up now. Somewhat. See those bright lights, guys, over there? There you go. It actually has reflective strips on it, so you can locate it in the dark. That's really cool if you happen to be out trying to hang a bear bag at night, which you tend to do a little bit more in the winter, because of course you're not going to bed at 4 o'clock. But yeah, very similar to my Zaleski trip last September with Jenny. Here I am, a million miles away from the fire. But yeah, we're camped up in this shelter that's sitting here at Site 1. It's just sporadic little drips, and then it'll go away, or it'll come in a little bit heavier. It actually almost put the fire out, but I was able to stoke it back up after it quit. And we've just been kind of sitting here talking and chilling. I'm hoping it eventually quits and kind of clears off. We were hoping to see the moon and stars tonight, but so far, no good on that. Hopefully, we'll be able to get over next to the fire and look at the stars for a few minutes before we go to bed. It's what time is it, about 10:15? That's what we said.
Yeah.
It's like 10 after 10 right now. So I mean, it's still early, but enough rain that's keeping us kind of not being able to enjoy our fire that we've worked kind of hard to get, all the wood for. But it's still fun. We're still out camping. I got to hike. It was a great day. It would be nice to actually enjoy a fire I built.
I don't know, lunch was pretty nice. We got up to that villa and we were able to refill on water, and it was just like nice and just we were able to just like chill. And this is a nice established park and stuff, and it would just, if the weather would cooperate, just one trip.
And some of those views we saw in that little detour you brought us on.
Oh yeah.
Which we wouldn't have seen those if we had not taken that. Yeah, if you hadn't messed up. Lexi's like, "Oh, this is the trail." I'm like, "Okay." So I just followed her, and yeah, it ended up off trail, but that's where we got all those good, that good video of the lake and out up there. And like I said, that one site that we're not going to stay at, it's all out there, so it's really nice.
Yeah.
But we're still having a blast, guys. I mean, it is what it is. Well, the moon finally crested over the trees here, guys. And the rain has stopped. We are completely clear right now. We see stars. It's pretty awesome. That's the moon. 99%. Almost a full moon, guys. And we're really, really stoked to be seeing that. The whole campsite's lit up because of it. It's really cool. If I figure I'd show you guys that. That's, kind of what we're looking at. It's a little digitized, of course. Well, guys, we're actually laying down now. It's about 12:15. It's been a great day. Had a nice fire. The rain finally moved out. We're inside the tent. I'm really liking this tent. Very spacious, for 4.5 pounds. 2 people are comfortable. 1 person, you could do whatever you wanted in here. So, it's just a really nice tent. Really good day. But like I said, we're laying down. We're getting ready to head out. Lexi's watching a couple of videos on YouTube. I think she says she's about to get tired. I know I'm tired. So we're going ahead and lay down here and get some rest. We'll see you in the morning. Good night from East Fork State Park, guys. We'll see you in the morning. Good morning, guys. It's a beautiful morning today. Got up, getting ready to get some breakfast going. Slept really, really well in the tent. Quite comfortable. The only thing I have to say is my pillow that I normally use for hammock camping works great in a hammock, but it's not lofty enough for a tent. So I'm gonna have to look for something else to use when I'm actually using the tent, guys. Well, like I said, it's a beautiful morning. Woke up, the sky is blue, it's sunny. Here in the shade, it's actually very, very comfortable. Bear bag. But it's very, very comfortable. Temperature is roughly, I think, well, the phone says 66 in Bethel, so roughly about the same here. But in the shade, I'd say it's probably 10 degrees cooler. It's probably in the upper 50s. Very, very nice. No humidity. Lexi said she slept pretty good. She was up a little bit before me, but that's okay. I think we're still on the consensus we're just going to head home today with all the stuff we have to do to get ready for this weekend. And really not, I mean, the only other option I could see really for us to stay here is just to stay at this site for tonight. And that would be okay through breakfast. And then we just get bored sitting here with nothing to really do. We could gather up some firewood and that's about it. Because I was even looking around on the map and just trying to see if there was something we could go look at, go do as like maybe like a little day hike, just head over somewhere and maybe take 2 or 3 hours and just hike over somewhere and then come back here. And really it's just all woods walking. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get some breakfast. Doing the oatmeal this morning, low sugar oatmeal, and probably get packed up and get out of here shortly. And this is what we woke up to this morning, guys. Really, really pretty morning. It's not even hot yet. It's actually kind of comfortable. Right now the site is shaded for the most part. Give it another hour though, the sun's gonna be in this clearing and this site's gonna get pretty hot. So we're probably gonna try to be out of here by about the time that happens. But yeah, this is our view this morning. It's pretty awesome. And like I said, here at Site 1, I mean, this is the dry season, you know. We didn't see hardly any streams. Well, we saw no running streams as we hiked in. But there is just a touch of water over there. It's usable. It's not the greatest thing, but you could definitely, if you got a good filter, or Sawyer or Life Straw or something like that, you could definitely, you can filter water out of that if you have to. I would get closer, but the ground is still wet with dew, and I really don't want wet feet. So, the one thing we did find distressing, right over here, that little stump right there, someone actually come in and chopped that tree down to make this. I don't even know what this is for. I mean, it's an A-frame. I mean, it's the start of something they were building. They lashed it together. But, I mean, there's plenty of straight logs that are already dead. There's no reason to come in and chop down a mature tree. You know, a non-mature, really. I mean, not here. I mean, you know, if you're out in the backwoods somewhere and you need it for survival, or you're trying to build yourself a shelter, that makes sense. But there's a shelter right there, guys. Bring you a tent in. This is a state park. You don't really need to do that type of stuff. Now, if you want to practice bushcraft, literally get out in the backwoods, you know. I mean, I'm all for bushcraft. I'm all for, you know, building your own shelter, stuff like that, in the correct situations. In the middle of a state park, there's no reason. So that kind of sucks, you know. Leave no trace. And yeah, left a lot of trace over there, guys. Back on the trail. Heading out over here. We're gonna go get some water, and then we're gonna road walk back to the car so we can get out of here. Still a real pretty day, guys. I really like this area. We'll definitely come back. Between this and Germantown, two close places that you can get out and kind of scratch that itch, yo. What do you think, Lex?
Oh yeah, definitely. Because when it's only like just like maybe an hour and a half or so away,
yeah,
you can just easily drive out and go hiking, and it's great.
But like I said, we did it in an hour and 45 minutes, so it's not bad. I mean, yeah, Germantown's 55 minutes, so, but you know, you gotta have variety. You can't go to the same place every time. And there is at least one more campsite that we haven't done here, and then of course you can always do that long perimeter trail that's like 33 miles. So, and there's multiple sites there. Of course, that would be at least I'd say at least a 3-nighter. 33 miles, at least 3 nights, if not 4, depending on what you're wanting to do. I guess really honestly, you could almost stretch it out to 5 days. I wouldn't want to do that. I mean, 3 would probably be comfortable. 4 would work. I mean, either one. Yeah, all green and pretty down through here, guys. Well, guys, we're back at site one. Got about 0.2 of a mile that direction. I brought up All Trails, was looking at it, and we realized, see, here's the site. There's this little trail. Of course, it's still the same trail that goes out this direction. It actually comes out literally about 0.1 of a mile north of where the car is. So we were like, well, it's better than road walking. It's better than, you know, being out in the sun on the road, because we'd rather be out here in the forest. And we actually did walk back this way and look for some firewood yesterday. And it's not a bad trail at all. I mean, it's the same thing we've been doing. And to be honest, we probably come 1/4 mile back this direction, so we were halfway there then. But we're just going to take this on out to the road. And then we'll have, instead of about 2 miles walk on the road, we'll have about 1/10 of a mile on the road. Well, guys, we're about out of the woods here, but just to let you know, this trail that we've decided to go out to the car, it's actually a trail. I believe it's part of the perimeter trail, but it's very easy. There was one incline or decline, as if you will, as you go in, either way, but that was a little steep, that leads down to a creek bed. Now that creek bed in the spring may be very difficult to control. Well, not really. I mean, it would be kind of similar to the spring, or the not spring, but the creek, Pine Run, if you will, there at Mohican, because it's full of the rocks and stuff. It would be really easy to traverse as long as it wasn't extremely high. But right now it was dried out. I mean, there was water you could cache and filter, but it's not flowing water by any means, just a trickle here and there. The trail is kind of tight, but it's well worn right through here, guys. And like I said, this will take us straight out to the road and lead us back to the car, no problem. It's very, very, very close in comparison to what we did yesterday. 6.2 miles yesterday, probably going to be, I don't know, maybe 1.5 miles at the most today, by the time we walked out to where we did and came back in. Open up, blue sky. I hear cars, so we're coming up on that road. Now, it's definitely more overgrown through here than it has been anywhere else we've seen in the park. And look at this, they even routed the trail around this fallen log. It's pretty awesome. Definitely a well-maintained trail system here at East Fork, guys. I recommend it. See right there's a horse hoof print. So guys, the road's just right up here. It's about 100 feet away from us. Depends how the trail goes. We should be out of here very, very shortly, because it's slowly leading up to it right now. Gotta switch back in a little bit because there's a slight in grade right through here. It's definitely getting warm and humid now. Of course, it's afternoon. We started pretty late. Kind of knew that, you know, we had a short hike today, and just kind of relaxed at camp a little bit this morning. Slept in some. A lot of mud right there, but they've rerouted it. Now I don't know if that's hiker or actually the group here, but all right, it's starting to open back up here. I looked at All Trails. We're about 0.05 of a mile from the car. Oh, another deer. Hi, buddy. Kind of near where we can't see you, aren't you?
What was it?
It's a deer. There's a deer right over there, guys. He's back behind those trees. It's gonna be hard to see. So we're just gonna kind of leave him alone. He's really skittish. It's pretty awesome. It's right back over there though. We're gonna look and see if we see any more as we head on out of here. That's the third one we've seen. 2 on camera. I mean, I kind of got that one on camera. I mean, she's still watching us. I was hoping she'd come out in the open, but she's back in that thicket right there, and you're not going to get any video of her. She wasn't too happy we disturbed her. Here we go. Trailhead Entrance, guys. See the signs for it. Wide open. We'll take a left. We got about 1/10 of a mile to the car. Might even be able to see it from here. Oh, got a little signage here. Let's see what this one says. Oh, that's the map. Yeah, it's part of the perimeter trail. That's what I thought. And yes, it is the Steve Newman World Walker Perimeter Trail. That's the long trail that actually encompasses the entire park. Right over there's the trailhead for what we did. Right over there, guys, is where we started. So, yeah, we're on our way to the car now. So basically, we did complete the loop. The car literally should be right up here. It's not even 1/10 of a mile. So definitely awesome views. Pretty nice weather, other than a little bit of rain we saw last night. It's been a good trip, guys. Look at that sky. Pretty stunning. I see the car. So we're about ready to pack it in onto the car and head on home, guys. Got about an hour and 45-minute drive north. Heading up north to Dayton again. So it's gonna be awesome. So another trail down, another hike completed. A little bit shorter than what we wanted, what we planned, but that's okay. Thank you for watching. Thanks for your likes and subscriptions, comments. If you have any questions or anything, just leave them in the comments section below. I'll get right back to you as fast as I possibly can. Like I said, if you want that recipe for that trail food we had last night, that dinner with the potatoes and such, just shoot me a comment. I'll make sure to get it to you guys. But anyway, we're almost to the car, so for Living the Grand Adventure, I'm Kevin. She's Alex. We'll see you on the trail next time, guys. Always live your grand adventure to the fullest.